Kadosh, Boker Or, Massechet Nedarim Daf 73A1. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Bar comes and he asks the following question: Cheresh, Ma'u she'apel ishto? Can a Cheresh do a parat nedarim to his wife or not? Why? The Cheresh, who lo shomea, he does not hear. It has to be biyom shemo isha, right? That her husband is going to hear. Here, he can't hear. If you're going to tell me that the husband can do a parat nedarim without listening to it, mishum, right? Mishum davar mishmahu, because you could listen to it. That he's mute, that he's deaf, that he cannot listen to it anyway. So I know the Rabbi Zera. That's like Rabbi Zera. The Rabbi Zera says Rabbi Zera. Kol haraui lebila and bila me'akevebo. V'chol she'en raui lebila bila me'akevebo. Or dilma v'shema isha lo me'akev. Which means like this. We have a general rule. What's the general rule? I'm going to ask you a question. When you go into the mikveh, right, whether it's going to be a man or a female, right? When you go into the mikveh, do you have to open up your eyes? No. Very good. Are you supposed to do like this very hard? No. Okay, very good. But do you need to open up your eyes? No. Do you have to open up your mouth? No. Very good. Can I put... Yeah? Are you allowed to have gum in your mouth?
No.
No. Are you allowed to have eye contacts?
No.
Are you allowed?
No.
Why? If I don't need to open up my eyes, if I don't need to open up my mouth, would you care then, right? If I'm going to have gum in my mouth, or I'm going to have a type of a dent, or all these, things like that, what do I care? So the answer is not like that. No. The answer is like this. Kol hara'ui lebila, right? That's what it says here. Kol hara'ui lebila, em bila me'akevet bo. Which means anything which is fitting for bililat solet v'shemen, so it's not going to impede. But if it's not ra'ui lebila, bila me'akevet bo, which means like this. The fact that if you have nothing chotzetz in your eyes, so therefore, if you go into the water, the fact that you could open up your eyes, you don't need to open up your eyes now. Why? Because there's nothing that's stopping you. So your eyes do not need to get water in your eyes, right? But if you put a chatzitza there, so now bila me'akevet bo. Why? Because if I would open up my eyes, it doesn't help because it's the chatzitza. So therefore, the fact that I didn't open up, even now, it's not good. And the same thing with the mouth, the exact same thing. So because of that yesod, and we use this yesod all throughout Shas many, many times. So because of that, the same thing. Do we say that, listen, maybe the husband does not have to hear it, and he could do a parat nedarim even without hearing it. But that's in a normal case where she could hear it. Here, right, mind the pun, here, yeah. Here, he cannot hear it because here he's deaf, so he cannot hear it. So in that case, it doesn't help. Meaning that now it's makpid, now because he cannot hear. Or dilma, or maybe the shama isha lo me'akev. That the fact that the husband hears it, it's not me'akev at all. So we have a doubt. So Amar Rava says, Tashma, we're going to bring a proof. The shama isha prat le'eshet cheresh shema mina. A proof mefurash from the Braita. The Braita says when it says that the husband has to hear it, this comes to exclude the wife of a cheresh, that the husband cannot do hafarat nedarim shema mina. Right? Yeah, it's an exception. The husband, that means you see from here the v'shama isha. Isha, he cannot be cheresh. If he's a cheresh, it does not help. The next question, Ba'al ma'u she'apel ishte nashav bevat achat. Can a husband do a farat nedarim to both of his wives in one shot? Right? Because it says, right, yani ota. Ota is davka, or lav davka. Because ota is her, not her friend. He's got two wives. Both of them were together. They both made the same neder. Yeah, can he annul both nedarim in one shot? Or does he have to do it separately? When it says ota, is ota davka? Or ota is lav davka? So says the Gemara, Ravina. Says Tashma, we're going to bring a proof. Em mashkin shte sotot kachat. Mipnei sheliba gas bechaverta. We are not going to give the waters to the two sotot in one shot. Right? Why? Because it could be that maybe one of them is Torah, one of them is Tameah. And once the one says Torani, she's going to be Tagis Tata, she's going to feel up, with her nose in the air, and she's not going to be Modala Emet. So because of that, we don't give two sotot in one shot. You always do it separately. Yeah, you always do it separately. We're never going to give two for one. Rabbi Yudah comes and he says, Lo min Hashem uzeh. That's not because of that. Ela mishum shenemar, but it says v'yishka ota. When it says v'yishka, is ota levada, which means when it says v'yishka, it has to be her by herself. So for the fact that it's written ota b'lashon yachid, we understand it's a mute. So too, the same thing to do with ota by the farat nedarim, it's a mute that you could only do one at a time. You cannot do 2 for ones. Ayin Gimel Amud Bet. Okay, 73b Mishnah says the Mishnah Bogeret Shata 12 Chodesh. Right, a Bogeret that waited already the 12 months. Remember that a Bogeret when she came and she was going to get married. Right, it says over here because remember that Bogeret Meureset, right, it's going to be a Nara Meuresa is 12 months, or Bogeret Meureset also the 30 days. But okay, let's say it was 12 months. Okay, and an almanah that waited for 30 days. Rabbi Eliezer says, the fact that the husband is chayav in her mizonot, yafer, he's allowed to do a farat nedarim, even without the shutafut of the father. Meaning the fact that the father now does not have to give her any more parnasah, so it's like klilu 100% under the jurisdiction of the husband, even though she's not 100% married yet. But why? Because the husband is obligated in the parnasah. So now he could come and he does the 100% even without the partnership of the father.
Father house.
And even though she's still staying in the father's house. Right? The Chachamim say, no, the rabbis say that until she's not 100% into your possession and to your house, you cannot do Afra Nedarim. Says the Gemara, Rabba comes and he says in the Gemara, Rabbi Eliezer Mishnah Rishonam. 1 second. Rabbi Eliezer in our Mishnah, because this was Chachamim and Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer said, once he's chayav mizonot, he has to do Afra Nedarim. So it says Rabbi Eliezer and Mishnah Rishonah, which is the previous Mishnayot, which was in Ketubot Nudzayin Amud Aleph, they said the same thing, which means that once it comes the time to get married and they didn't get married, it's, he has full jurisdiction. We learned in the Mishnah over there. This is in Ketubot. Now, we're going to give the Betula 12 months in order that she should have enough, whether it's going to be food, clothing, jewelry. If it came the 12 months, now she starts eating from the husband. She's allowed to eat truma. If the husband was a Kohen, she's allowed to eat truma. But the Yavam that he's a Kohen, he cannot be machil truma et yivimto, right? The bat Yisrael. Kozman shelo yibima. Shisha chodashim mifnei abal, v'shisha chodashim mifnei yabam. What happens if she only waited 6 months for the husband, and then the husband died, and then she was waiting 6 months before the Yavam? Okay, so v'afilu kulan, right? V'afilu kulan, or even all the 12 months in front of the husband, chaser yom echad, except for 1 day, or kulam mifnei yavam, chaser yom echad. Ena ochel b'truma, she does not eat truma. V'zo Mishnah Rishonah, this is the Mishnah Rishonah, which means the data chachamim hakadmonim. Betin shel, that's what it says here. This is what I just told you. The betin afterwards came and they instituted Amru, ena isha ochel b'truma, shtiknes chuppah. She doesn't eat the truma until she eats from in the truma. Okay, and that's what we said here. Why? Because maybe because of the ta'ut or whatever, all these different things of mistakes, whether it is that the family members or maybe bemet, she would be a mekach ta'ut. So for example, let's say she got married and all of a sudden he found a big mum. He found a blemish. And now it's a mistake. He just gave her to truma. It was a mistake. Okay, so because of that, you don't give her to eat until she actually goes into the husband's house. Right? Abaye comes now and he says, Dilma lohi, maybe bemet it's not true. Ad kalokashmin and Mishnah Rishonah. Until now, we're talking about in the first Mishnah, Ela lemeichal b'truma, to eat truma, which is going to be a din of the Rabbanan. But to do with Hafara Nedarim, that's Toraita. Right? Why? Because even though it's an isur for a zar to eat truma min Torah, nevertheless the isur of arusat kohen b'truma is only because of the gezerat chachamim. That's why Chachmei Mishnah Rishonah, they said, Higi azman gamarnu. Meaning this entire concept was only because of a chashash, a suspicion. Maybe it's going to be mekach ta'ud, maybe he's going to reject it, but that's all the Rabbanan, it's not Doraita. Here, Hafara Nedarim is Doraita, right? So, Avi'ad kan lo kamar. So ve'ad kan lo shamat le Rabbi Eliezer legabe nedarim. That's only by nedarim. Like Rav Pinchas mishmei de Rava damar. Like Rav Pinchas, it says the name of Rava that he says kol hanoderet al da bala noderet. Whenever a woman makes a neder, she does it al da bala. What does it mean she does it al da bala? She wants that her husband's going to be happy with it. She's not going to make a neder if the husband's not happy with it. Aval truma, but truma film with Rabbanan nami, even Rabbanan, even though it's only nisur the Rabbanan, he holds like the bedin shel acharehem, right? Why? Velo achlan, she's not going to eat the truma until afterwards.